So, ladies and gentlemen, in the past 3 months, I've closed over $94,000 for my clients, okay, for my sales agency clients. And these are four principles that I've established and that have kind of allowed me to get these results, okay. In order to close, nearly 100 grand worth of sales in 90 days, it's not just luck, what I mean? There's specific principles that actually come into play and that have to be enforced in order for you to actually close these deals, you know what I mean? So, the four specific principles I'm going to be talking today are the ones that you need to establish if you want to close more deals starting from today, okay? Establish these four things, and I promise you, making sales will not be a challenge, okay? I'm very big on getting into it. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes walking through XYZ, telling you about me. I'm just going to give you the value. If you enjoy the value, leave a like on the video, book a free a sales audit call down below. And, we can come in, audit your business, audit your sales, see what you're doing right, see what you're doing wrong. We can go from there. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Number one, okay. Now, if you know anything about sales, this should have been expected, okay? When you heard four principles, you should have expected pain to be one of them. And pain is one of those things where 9 times out of 10 or 7 times out of 10, there's going to be pain, depending on what your offer is. If you're helping people with fat loss, if you're helping people solve issues with their business, generate more money, okay? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be coming from a sort of pain, whether it be not generating as much money as they want to or as they need to, okay, that's pain. Whether it be not being happy with how they look, that's pain. They're not happy with how they look, they're deeply unhappy. That is a certain pain point that they have, okay? You need to establish pain whenever you're in sales calls, okay? And it doesn't just have to be sort of classified as pain. Pain can just be generalized as the reason for the call. What are they looking to solve, okay? A lot of people fall into the trap of moving like a therapist, okay? They'll have someone who it's an ideal prospect, but they'll milk at trying to find pain. They'll be going deep, trying to find deep childhood trauma because they're looking for pain, when really pain doesn't have to be that that hard. Every single person has pain, okay? If you were to come to me, I don't really have a lot of pain. I don't have the ideal pain point that gurus would sell on. Oh, you're struggling to make money. Oh, you don't know what to do. No, I know all of these things, but there may be certain bottlenecks in the business, in my business or in my client's business, that I'm looking to solve, right? If I can't solve them, that's a pain. Okay, it's not directly a pain where I'm struggling, I can't sleep at night, I'm super unhappy, but it's a pain. You know what I mean? And that's a reason why, say, if I was looking for consulting, potentially, that's what people would look to, that's what you'd be able to latch onto me. You know what I mean? If I'm trying to reach a certain goal, a certain number, me not being able to get there, there was a certain goal I can't reach. Me not being able to get there, that's a pain. That's a reason for me booking a call. So even if the pain isn't ideal, like even if it isn't your ideal, your normal idea of pain, whether that be struggling to lose weight or struggling to make money, 9 times out of 10, them being on a call means they have a pain. There's a reason that they're on this call. There's a reason that they're talking to you to see if you can help them, and that's for you to find out exactly what it is, what they're looking to solve, and exactly how you can help that. Okay, in order for you to be able to make the sale and close anywhere from 100K in a matter of months, you need to get really good at asking questions and figuring out the sort of reason. Why are they here? What are they looking to solve? Okay, is the pain deep, or is it just a goal that they're looking to reach? You know what I mean? Is the pain just something that they're struggling to reach and it's causing them a little bit of pain because they're not being able to get there? Once you're able to establish either what they're running away from or what they're trying to get to and them not being able to get to, that being a pain, it's going to be so much easier to sell, because when you're positioning your offer, when you're positioning your service, or you yourself as a business, you know exactly what they're looking to get to. You know what they're struggling with. You can provide yourself as the A to Z solution to get them to that sort of point. So number one, okay, pain. whether that be what they're trying to run away from or what they're trying to achieve and not being able to. You know what I mean? Establish pain, and you can establish pain in the beginning of a call, middle of a call, end of a call, and just use that as a point. Okay, well, say if you sell fitness coaching, or say if you sell business coaching, when you're walking through your service, yeah, so you mentioned you're trying to get to XYZ, right? And you've been struggling with ABC. This is what we do. And this is why what you have done in the past hasn't worked. You know what I mean? See right there, you use the pain. You've positioned your service as the thing that's going to help them get away from that pain, get to their goals. Simple as that. Secondly, doubt. Okay. What have they tried in the past and didn't work, and why this is different? This is why the discovery section of a call is super important. Okay, when you're having sales calls, one of the most important things you need to do is discover. Okay, discovery is literally what makes or break your sales call, and that's why the majority of your call needs to be discovery. Okay, if you want my sales script, just DM me down below. I'll literally send it to you. But discovery is where you find doubt. Okay, and doubt, this works a treat if you're dealing with clients who have tried to fix this issue before. When you're discovering, when you're asking them questions like, "Oh, what have you tried before? Okay, and how has this worked? Did it work? Did it get to you? Did it get you to your goals?" 9 times out of 10, if they're on this call with you and they've worked with other people in the past, they probably have a really bad experience, or not a really bad experience. They probably just weren't happy. You know what I mean? And you, as the salesperson selling your product, or whoever's selling for you, this is material for you to kind of leech off of. Okay, if you can leech off of these things, if you can sort of grasp onto them, like, oh, okay, so you worked with XYZ. I mean, tell me a little bit about that. You're on this call for a reason, right? What wasn't sort of working at what wasn't working with them at the level you sort of truly feel it needs to and truly feel it should do. You know what I mean? Once you've got that point, again, when you're explaining your service or when you're explaining what you can do, now you know exactly what they've tried, why it hasn't worked, and exactly how you can explain your service so that you can make it clear to them that this is why it didn't work. They're using outdated methods, or they weren't, being personable. This is why it didn't work, but this is why what we do combats that, and this is why it's going to work. This is why it's going to be different. You know what I mean? And especially when you're dealing with people who've had previous bad experiences, this is one of the things where you have to establish. Because 9 times out of 10, no matter how good your thing is, if you don't explain to them exactly how this is going to work, how this is going to be different, they're just going to think you're like everyone else. You know what I mean? That trust element isn't there. So they're not going to trust you. They're not going to believe what you have to say because of their previous bad experiences. So when you're discovering, always make sure you ask, okay? This is one of the most important principles. Always make sure you ask what they've actually done in the past. What have they done in the past? Did it work? Okay. If it did work, why are they here on this call? What are they looking for now? What would they change about it? What do they need to be different? You know what I mean? Or if it didn't work, what about it didn't work? If they're looking to you, what would they look for different? And then they literally tell you what they're looking for. They tell you what they need, and you can just position your offer in the 5-star way that is going to be exactly what their needs are, exactly what their wants are. Thirdly, desires. This kind of goes into pain, it's very similar, right? But how does their life look like after they've gotten away from the issue they've solved or achieved the goal that they're on the call in the first place? You know what I mean? People call it the dream state, but it's so true. If you have someone who's trying to scale his business from 100 million a month to 100,000 a month to 500,000 a month, okay, nice, bro. I mean, they're already making a lot of money, but them wanting to get to 500k per month means they have a desire. You know what I mean? So whatever their desire is, how would their life look like once that desire is achieved? Once they've touched that desire, once they've reached that, what does that actually enable them to do? What does that enable their life to look like? And how does that change? You know what I mean? For them to have a desire, it means that there's going to be a symptom, or there's going to be something good that comes out of them achieving this sort of goal, this sort of thing, right? So in order for them to be really wanting this desire, to be really wanting what the service you provide or what sort of expertise you can offer to them, you need to kind of understand, you need to grasp exactly why they want this, what this will do for them. And you can ask this very subtly. Oh, okay, bro. And how does your life look like after you've achieved 500k per month? Like, you clearly want this for a reason, right? You wouldn't be here for a reason. Is there a specific sort of thing you're looking to achieve once you've got this amount of money? Is there a specific door that earning this amount of money will give to you? Sorry. And once you've got that point, once you've grasped that point, it's super easy to sell them now, because you've already got them visualizing their dream state. And like I said, all of it just goes down to when you're pitching your service. When you're pitching your service, when you're walking them through your pillars, you can tell them, like, you mentioned you want to get to here, so we're gonna do X, Y, Z to get to ABC. Because when we get to ABC, that's when you can live your desired dream. That's where you're finally earning 500k per month, which is the reason why the reason you wanted to earn 500k per month was because you can do ABC. You know what I mean? Notice how we've got the desire, and then we've got to our product. We're explaining exactly why this product is the best for them, because it's going to allow them to achieve their desires. Okay. And then finally, logic. Why should they go with you? What have you done? Who have you helped? What do you know? Why does it make sense? You know what I mean? Why specifically should they work with you? And this is where credibility comes along, okay? You can establish all of these initially, like straight away, without even working with a client. However, this is something that comes with time. Not necessarily, though. It's something that comes with time results-wise, but if you are confident in your expertise, if you have conviction, if you know what you're doing, then this can come with it as well. You know what I mean? People buy off logic. You know what I mean? Humans buy off of logic. Sorry. They buy off of pain, or they buy off of desire, but they confirm it with logic. If something doesn't make sense logically, no one's gonna buy it. Okay, but in order for it to make sense logically, you have to trigger their emotions, which is kind of what we've done in these first three points. But once we've dialed all of these three things in, now it's time to get into, okay, this is why you should. Okay, first of all, these all can play into logic. Desire, doubt. Doubt, it plays into logic because this is why it works. I'm proving to you why it works. Pain, logic. You know what I mean? You don't want to be in pain. And desire, you want to achieve your goals. Okay, you know what I mean? That's logical. But logic comes down to exactly why do you have that why do you have the expertise? Why do you have the XP to be doing what you're doing? Why do you have the XP to be working with them? My logic, sort of my XP, is that, listen, we've done over 100k for my clients. You know what I mean? In the past 3 months, I've achieved XYZ results. I've built and managed tons of sales teams. You know what I mean? All of my sales teams are hitting KPIs. We're closing deals daily. I'm placing and managing setters. I was a setter myself, so I know how it goes. You know what I mean? I've managed people myself, so I know how to manage people. That is my logic. That is my expertise. And that is why it makes sense for someone who is watching my content, or someone who comes to me, reaches out to me. That's why it makes sense for them to buy from me. That's why it makes sense for them to work with me, because of what I've done. And like I said, all of this comes with experience. So if you don't have the logic right now, if you don't have the logic backing you right now, you will eventually. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, it's about getting as much experience as you can. Okay, it's about getting as much client testimonials as you can, getting as much good results as you can for your clients, as that's all going to feed into the logic. Okay, the goal is to make it so illogical for them not to buy from you that they're literally throwing money at your face. I love clients that I literally throw money at my face. They're reaching out, David, please, I need to work with you, because they know what we can do. It makes logical sense for them to work with me. You know what I mean? It makes logical sense for them to work with me because they know what I can do, and because what I do is proven. So in order for you to actually get to this point where you've got all of this logic, you just have to work. You have to work super hard, generate sick results. You know what I mean? Be in the trenches a little bit, generate results that, people look at your page, they're like, wow, this guy's crushing it. Oh, wow, she's crushing. I need her help. Okay. And then once you get them on this call, you can establish these points that we've covered. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Oop. Once you get on the call, you can establish these points. Okay. You can establish the doubt, exactly why this is going to work perfectly. Okay, that even comes with logic as well. You're kind of using you're leveraging your previous case studies, your previous expertise with your results. You're leveraging that and you're showing them why this is going to work or the pain, um, what they're looking to escape or what they're looking to solve, what they're looking to get to. Okay, leverage all of these three things and logic will come with time. If you have all four of these, perfect. Now it's a no-brainer. But desire, what their life will look like after they've reached their goals. You know what I mean? Once you've been able to leverage and pinpoint all of these, all four of these things, it's going to be impossible for you not to make sales and for you not to be able to scale your sales. Super quick video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, these are the four key principles that you need to establish in your sales cycle when you're closing deals. And I promise you, establish these four principles and making money will be clockwork to you. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys found it valuable. Like I said, book your free sales audit, limited amount of time only, and let's crush it. Speak to you guys soon.